Chapter 5, Testing and Debugging the Denarii Esports Ai Metaverse. Testing is an essential step in the development of any software project, and the Denarii Esports Ai Metaverse is no exception. In this chapter, we will discuss the testing and debugging process for the various components of the project. To begin, we will conduct unit testing on each component to ensure that it is functioning as intended. Unit testing involves testing individual units of code, such as functions or methods, to ensure that they produce the expected output given a specific input. This will help us identify and fix any bugs early on in the development process. Next, we will conduct integration testing to ensure that all of the components are working together as a cohesive whole. Integration testing involves testing the interactions between different components to ensure that they are communicating and passing data correctly. This will help us identify any issues with the overall functionality of the project. Once the unit and integration testing are completed, we will conduct system testing to ensure that the project meets the specified requirements and performs as intended in a real-world scenario. This will include testing the performance, security, and usability of the project. Debugging is an important part of the testing process. When issues are identified during testing, we will use various debugging tools and techniques to identify the root cause of the problem and fix it. This may include using a debugger to step through the code, adding logging statements to help identify the problem, or using a profiler to identify performance bottlenecks. It is important to note that testing and debugging is an ongoing process throughout the development of the project. As new features are added or bugs are fixed, the project will need to be retested to ensure that it continues to perform as intended. In conclusion, testing and debugging are crucial steps in the development of the Denarii Esports Ai Metaverse. By thoroughly testing and debugging the various components of the project, we can ensure that it functions as intended and meets the specified requirements. This will help us deliver a high-quality and stable product to our users. In addition to the traditional testing and debugging methods, we will also be utilizing automated testing techniques to increase efficiency and ensure consistent results. Automated testing involves using software tools to automatically execute test cases and check the results. This can include unit tests, integration tests, and system tests, as well as acceptance tests and regression tests. Automated testing allows us to quickly and easily run large numbers of test cases, and can be integrated into our development workflow for continuous testing. We will also be implementing a process for user acceptance testing, where we involve actual users in the testing process. This will allow us to gather feedback and identify any issues from the perspective of the end user. This can also help us identify any usability issues and ensure that the project is meeting the needs of our users. During the testing and debugging phase, we will also be closely monitoring and analyzing the data generated by the project. This will include monitoring usage patterns, performance metrics, and user engagement. This data will be used to identify any issues and optimize the project for the best possible user experience. Finally, we will be implementing a comprehensive bug tracking system to track and manage any issues that are identified during testing. This will allow us to prioritize and address bugs in a timely manner and ensure that they are resolved before the project is released. In conclusion, testing and debugging is an essential step in the development of the Denarii Esports Ai Metaverse. By utilizing a combination of traditional and automated testing methods, user acceptance testing, monitoring and analyzing data, and implementing a comprehensive bug tracking system, we can ensure that the project is of the highest quality and meets the needs of our users. As part of our testing and debugging process, we will also be implementing a system for monitoring and analyzing the data generated by the project in production. This will allow us to identify and diagnose any issues that may arise after the project has been released to users. Monitoring and analyzing production data will also help us optimize the performance of the project and improve the user experience. We will also be implementing a system for continuous integration and continuous delivery, C/CD. This will allow us to automatically build, test, and deploy the project with minimal human intervention. This will increase the efficiency and speed of the development process and will also help ensure that new features and bug fixes are delivered to users as quickly as possible. Finally, we will be implementing a system for rollback and disaster recovery. This will allow us to quickly and easily roll back to a previous version of the project in case of any issues or failures. It will also help us to recover from any disasters that may occur. In conclusion, testing and debugging is an essential step in the development of the Denarii Esports Ai Metaverse. By implementing a combination of traditional and automated testing methods, user acceptance testing, monitoring and analyzing data, implementing a comprehensive bug tracking system, monitoring and analyzing production data, implementing a system for C/CD and rollback and disaster recovery, we can ensure that the project is of the highest quality and meets the needs of our users. This will help us deliver a stable and reliable product that provides a seamless user experience.